two hands. We traveled this land, packed tight in minivans. And all this for the fans, girls, money, and fame. I played their game and had to scream my name. I will show no shame. I live and die for this. And if I come off soft, then chew on this.
Are you scared?
Devil without a cause, and I'm back with the beaver hats and Ben Davis slacks. 30 pack of stroll, 30 pack of hoe. No road gain in the propane.
Hello. How is everybody this week?
Good, man. Good to see you.
We are finally back. I have survived. I didn't die like a lot of people thought. So it worked out good, man. So it's been a couple weeks since we've been on. I think the last show was the Christmas Eve show, right?
I believe it was. That is correct. Yes, indeed it was.
So there's been a lot of stuff going on since then and now, and some exciting stuff, and it's good time. So how's it been going, Mr. Divers?
Living the dream, man. A little commotion up here in the DC area recently.
Just a little bit.
It wasn't me. I wasn't there.
You wanted a guy dressed in the barbarian outfit?
That was not me.
I thought that was you.
I don't know a scenario in which I'd wear that kind of thing, but it was pretty wild. I think we'll get to that later. But
yeah.
No, man. Everything's good. Good to have you back.
Thank you.
We carried it the best we could, and it was really day to day.
We carried it.
Yeah, we definitely did, but it was really day to day on like when we were going to do it, how we were going to do it. It's like, hey, we doing this tonight? Yeah, I think we're going to do it. Hey, we going to do this? I don't know. You want to do it tomorrow?
It wasn't the same, you know. I mean,
y'all did a great job.
It wasn't the same.
I did learn how to operate this apparatus that we do this with, and really, it's not that hard. So it's good.
I think he's saying your job's not that difficult to do.
Not that difficult.
Here I am thinking you're like this wizard of podcasts, and I'm like, that's pretty easy. I can do it.
Yeah.
Any monkey can sit behind and hit buttons.
No, overall, we're just glad to have Ray back. I think that's the highlight right now is just Ray's back. I mean, looking good, feeling good. I mean, we've obviously had some conversations, but man, it's just good to have you back and be back with an entire new, a little more clean cut. Should have gone to bed here for the few fans we have watching. It'll be changed up a little, but
just a little.
We're gonna still have a lot of fun and have some special guests, and we got some good stuff lined up now.
Well, the good thing about my mom won't call me every Friday going, "Why did you talk so ugly last night?"
My parents, my mom said the same thing. She's like, some of the stuff you guys say is funny, but it's really not necessary to use all the language. And I'm like, yeah.
My wife says that all the time.
So my nephew, like my mom sits there and watches it sometime. My nephew, he's 5. Yeah, he's 5. So I walked in the house one time afterwards. It's been a while ago, and he's like, "Uncle Ray, I saw you on the computer last night." I said, "Did you, buddy?" He said, "You used some bad language." I said, "My bad, buddy. I'll try not to next time." But no.
Yeah, we're going to clean that up.
We're going to try.
So, I mean, are we announcing? Are we doing the swear jar thing and stuff like that now? I mean, we talked about this stuff. Is this real?
Yeah. So, we've been talking over the last couple of weeks about the podcast, and, we started off, we didn't care about nothing, and it was just us getting up here having a good time. But at the same time, we've kind of realized that after listening to some podcasts and getting some feedback that we probably do need to clean up our language a little bit. I mean, I think that's the worst part of it, right? I mean, we don't really say anything out of the way. It's just we didn't hesitate to drop F-bombs or say, some language that's probably unpleasant to some ears. So we want to try to clean that up. So I think what we're going to do, if everybody agrees, is what are we doing? Like $1 per or $5?
We'll do $1. $1 per.
Hold on.
Dude, I can't go broke doing this.
Before we sign up for this, I think it was called the quarter jar.
A quarter? I'm down to do $1.
I'm down for $1. $1's good.
Yeah.
$1's good. I mean, we gotta have something to donate.
We were gonna donate some money. I didn't know we were gonna build some houses.
The idea is to cut back on the whole thing.
Let me get one of those.
Hey, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this based off some of the comments that are coming in right now. If Amanda uses cuss words in comments, does Andy have to put $1 in the dollar jar?
I would say he has to put 50 cents in if she comments.
So
Yeah, because
Bingo.
we can't do that. Like,
okay, all right. So let me. Maybe
Hey,
I started back too early. So
we're not supposed to. Oh, that's right. We're not supposed. Ray's supposed to take it easy.
So just to, because people are like, what is he doing with that fella? All right, so I don't think we ever announced exactly what surgery I was having or anything like that. So I had open heart surgery on the 15th of December. My heart's fine. My plumbing sucks, right? It was clogged up. My body doesn't process cholesterol properly. So so I had some blockages that we had to get fixed up. So I actually had a triple bypass. Thank goodness my wife has connections in the Vidant Medical Center in Greenville. I had the best surgeon you could possibly get. He doesn't even really, she was talking today about he doesn't do cases as much as he used to. Like everybody I told when I was doing my pre-ops and stuff were like, who's your doctor? I was like, Dr. Williams. How'd you get Dr. Williams? I was like, my wife cooked it up. I don't know, And to the point when I went in for the pre-check, like the nurse, she was being a butthole to me. Like, well, how'd you get in with Dr. Williams so fast? It's like, I'm like, well, my wife works. Well, you must be special. She was just like being, it was almost to the point, like I was like pretty pissed, right? But we didn't get off to a good start because so I'm sitting in the waiting room. One of the nurses comes gets me. She carries me through, does all the weight and blood pressure, pre-check and all. And she sees my tattoos, right? She's, oh my God, your tattoos are so awesome. Who does them? This, that, the other. So I told her, and then she took me to the room that I was going to wait for this other nurse to come in and give me all the details about the surgery, aftercare, and all this kind of stuff. So I'm sitting in the room. She's sitting in a hallway. There's my wife there. She's sitting in the hallway on a computer typing up. And this other nurse comes in my room and she's like, look, can I see your tattoos? The other nurse told me how nice they were. So I was like, yeah, I showed her. She's like, oh man, they are awesome. Well, as this girl's walking out of the room and she's like, make sure you see his tattoos. They look good. And the nurse that was coming to see me next to go over this stuff goes, I'll tell him just like I told my son, if God wanted him to have a tattoo, he would have put him on him when he was born. And I went to yell out into the hallway, well, you can say the same thing about makeup and hair, can't you? And so we didn't get off to a
good
perfect start. But
how'd that comment card fill out for you?
I hadn't gotten to that yet. I hadn't.
I was hungry for 3 days. That lady would not feed me.
Yeah, no doubt. So, short story, went in, had the surgery, everything went good. Like there was only one time that I really wanted to punch a dude in the face when I was in the hospital. So.
Only one. I've had more of that, and I wasn't even in the hospital.
So what they did is they took 2 arteries that are in my chest and did the bypass, and then they took one out of my arm here to do the bypass because they last longer than veins if they go in your leg or whatever, right? So they had to. Usually they put only 2 like drainage tubes after they open you up for a couple of days, and this, that, the other. Well, I had to have 4 because of the 2 arteries up here coming out. Well. Just imagine tubes being stuck in you, and every time you move, it's just like somebody's taking their thumb and just digging in you, right? Now, the day after I had my open heart surgery, they had me up walking around the daggone hospital in the hallways, and it was one of the most painful things. It's just uncomfortable. So finally, after like 3 days or so, they come in. It's like, we're going to take your tubes out today. Your drainage is down. You're doing good. Everything's great. The doctor looks at, the nurse, I had a male nurse at the time. He was a cool dude. He said, man, you're going to feel 100 times better after we get these tubes out. You're going to feel like a new man. I was like, cool. So the guy that comes in to take the tubes out, he kind of gets everything ready. And he's like, all right. He's like, what I need you to do is I need you to hunch down like you're taking a dump and just like squeeze your belly. He's like, and when I pull these tubes out, in my mind, I'm thinking he's just going to like pull each one out, and it's just going to be uncomfortable. Right? Nothing. He's like, when I pull these tubes out, don't scream. Hold on. Because you done told me it's going to be uncomfortable. It's not really painful. It's just uncomfortable coming out. So he grabs all these tubes. He's like, all right. So I bear down as much as I can. My chest is hurting and everything else. and he goes to pulling these tubes out, and it's just like, wham! I mean, he just yanks them, and I'm like, I looked at him. I mean, I couldn't talk because dude, if I could have come out of that bed, I'd went to his tail.
Man.
Oh my God. But that was the worst part of it. And then the nurse comes in like 30 minutes later. He's like, "You feeling great now?" I said, "Dude, I'm still. You about to kill me? I'm still hurt." But after about an hour, man, it was a lot better. And but this week actually has probably been my best week. Feeling better, walking, doing stuff. My chest isn't hurting as much. If you see me grab my little heart pillow here, they gave me a pillow.
From it. That's cool.
Yeah. Because if you,
I kind of jealous now. I'm thinking about having it done.
Yeah, and you should, because that's what it's all about. Getting this pillow.
When you're done with it, you just give it to Molly as a Valentine's present.
Exactly. I mean, I'm already taking care of it.
Perfect timing.
But this is if you got a call for sneeze or laugh or something like that. Because if not, man, it just kills you right through here. So if you see me grab it tonight, it's because I'm starting to hurt from laughing. But sneezing is the worst. But other than that, everything's been good, man. I mean, it's been great. I want to thank Wykes Media and the Wykers for sending a bunch of gift cards for meals and stuff right after the hospital. That was very helpful. So,
hey, Divers is in on that.
Divers, I appreciate that too, there, buddy.
Yeah, that was. I don't know where it came from. Amanda just coordinated. It was Divers was like, "Hey, let's do something," and we talked about it. And fortunately, Amanda's pretty awesome at that stuff, and she got it all taken care of. So, no, man. I mean, we were just glad to help you and the family get through some of that stuff. I mean, we missed you on here, and we know that you do a lot of cooking and you love to cook and stuff. And so it was a good call on Brandon's part. And we're glad to help out. I mean, that's family, man.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate it. The girls really appreciate it because they got to eat a bunch of Olive Garden and some Panera bread and all that good stuff. So they were all happy with it. But
good.
Yeah, so we appreciate it very much. And but other than that, man, it's just been getting better every day. So looking forward here in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, I go for my checkup Monday, and then they're expecting, I think, I'll be out until the middle of February sometime as far as work and stuff goes. But all that's going good. So,
are you back to iRacing?
I actually was turning some laps. I turned a couple laps.
Did you turn them or did you turn them?
I
turned a couple laps.
Like I ran a couple races last week, and like I could tell, I probably didn't need to be doing a whole lot. But before we got on, I was actually turning some, and it felt pretty good. So. Felt pretty good.
Right back. That's like Kyle Busch, breaking both legs, being back in the car by Daytona.
Damn right, boy.
In the summer, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Can't hold the driver back. I'll tell you that.
No doubt.
That's awesome.
But I will say, during this time, we've had some exciting news. Mr. Wykers, would you like to announce
Divers?
You want Divers to announce it up?
I mean, here's the way I see it. Divers is our. What's your title?
I'm the strategic.
I think what we should probably do first, since we didn't do it to start the show, is say that we're going to have a special guest on here today.
Yeah, that's true. We are going to have a special guest.
See, look, either my boy Anthony says I cooked some of the best campfire breakfast. He's one of my motorcycle guys. We go riding, and I feed. I'm like, they call me the grandpa because, number one, I'm the oldest guy that rides with them, and number two, I take care of them. They're all hung over in the morning, so I feed them. So
let's Ray, why don't you announce who the special guest is, and then Diver, let's release what's going on. We got some exciting stuff going on in this little group.
So in about 15, 20 minutes, we're going to be joined by the driver of the number 47 Mike Harmon Xfinity car, Kyle Weatherman. He'll be joining us in about 15 to 20 minutes and talking about the exciting news that was announced on the 1st of January. And it's going to be a good time. So, Mr. Divers, you want to announce what that information was?
Yeah, man. So, on starting off the new year right, January 1, we launched Wolfpack Racing. We are the primary sponsor, and we'll have several clients of ours on the 47 car in 2021 with Kyle Weatherman behind the wheel. It was a great opportunity and great opportunity to build and build off of what the three of us pretty much spend our entire days talking about when we talk. What's that?
Yeah, I don't know if it's been entire days the last week, but
yeah, well, yeah,
we had a little bit of a lull. That was kind of
little lull, but no, it's we're extremely excited about it. We got a lot of things in the works for the future. and excited to kind of be. Yeah, there it is. So,
and that is beautiful.
That is pretty. So we're excited to kind of get this thing off the ground, and we're learning too as we go through this thing, but we're really excited for it, and I know it's going to be extremely successful. I know that we're definitely excited that Kyle Weatherman's going to be associated with it, and you'll see here in a few minutes. He's got a lot of energy. He's a big TikTok guy. I think he's got. I haven't checked lately, but I
haven't had a chance. Yeah, I know. I watched him grow from 66 to like 130,000 followers in 2 weeks, and I'm like, damn, we grew. Does damn count?
Damn counts.
Damn counts. So
I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's $4.
That's ridiculous.
No,
that's not okay. Back to the conversation here in a second, but that word, I wasn't saying that. I was like, damn, like in the back out here. No, out here on the back of my pond is the dam that stops the water from running out. That's what I meant by it. No, that word doesn't count. That's not a swear word.
Where can I get some damn bait?
But, yeah, now I forgot where we're at. I didn't mean to derail anything, but yeah, I mean it's been impressive to watch the growth of that, and I mean it even got us to get Ray addicted to TikTok as we kind of got into this stuff a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you, like they were telling me, like, oh yeah, he's big on TikTok, and I'm like, dude, my 14-year-old girls are big into TikTok. I don't care about TikTok, whatever. And then like after an announcement was made, and Molly, I was talking to Molly, it's like, yeah, Kyle Weatherman's gonna be driving the car. Mackenzie goes, is that the same Kyle Weatherman that's on TikTok? I'm like, I think so. So like, did you know he was a race car driver? She said, yeah, but I just knew him from TikTok.
And then all of a sudden, like every 5-10 minutes, we start getting these links from TikTok that Ray's sending, and it just really took off from there. We're like,
what I will say about TikTok, it is addictive. I mean, you sit there and you watch these because they're only like these 30 to 1 minute or 30-second to 1 minute videos, and it's like flick to the next one and flick to the next one, and some of them are hilarious.
Yeah, there's some good laughs with it.
There's some good laughs, but
I think expanding on the Wolfpack thing so that people kind of know, obviously anybody who's listened to us in the past or listened to us in the future, I think the three of us, we came together through NASCAR. We became friends through NASCAR. We met through NASCAR, and it's something we all have a lot of passion for and see some business opportunities and stuff. And I think a lot of the conversations that have happened over the last while has been, how do people maximize? I mean, we've all seen it that a lot of these sponsors and stuff, it's an expensive sport. It absolutely is. And there's a huge opportunity in it. And a lot of people are turned away from it or are scared of it. And really what we tried to build with Wolfpack was an opportunity, or what we're going to build with Wolfpack was we identified an opportunity where it can be a very affordable sport to be in, and the value is unbelievable when it's done right. Yeah. The downfall is a lot of small companies, these smaller companies in the United States and things like that. They just don't have the manpower or the marketing spins and stuff to not only sponsor a car or a team or a driver, but to manage what comes along with that. And that's really what Wolfpack is all about, is we're kind of the glue, we're kind of the connection between the cars that go on the track, the race tracks, the driver endorsements and things like that, and the sponsors. We help mediate that conversation, and we help make sure that both parties are both very well taken care of. And it's a great opportunity. And I think the funniest part of the whole thing was kind of how we got into it. Was we talked about it, and I think honestly, I'm sure Amanda's probably still watching, and so I can just go ahead and blame this on Ray. I mean, because I think Ray called me and said, "Hey, if we're gonna do this Wolfpack thing, I've got a guy who's got an opportunity on a car. Should we have a conversation?" And Amanda said, "What are you going down?" I said, Ray's got a guy he wants to talk to about possibly buying a sponsorship for Daytona. And I'm pretty sure her words were, "You're not going to buy another race car right now. We're like, no, we're not sponsored a car. Like, we've got so many things going on with all these businesses. We're not doing
that." Is that exactly what she said?
I don't know. I can't swear. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, she pretty much informed me that
this is not Ray's fault. This is not Ray's fault.
100%. So Ray set the call up. We got on, and I think during the conversation, Ray said, I think it was you, Ray, also, who said, what would a full season cost?
I think I did say that.
Yeah, and I was 100% on that call to listen and learn, because I knew I had been forbidden by my absolutely lovely wife, who I listen to every financial piece of advice she gives to me. I knew that I was not going to sponsor a car at Daytona. I wasn't going to sponsor a car for that race. But I remember hanging up and walking over to Amanda's office window, which anybody watching this live is this window right back. I don't know how this camera works. That window right back there. That goes into Amanda's office, and I remember going back, and I'm like, "You're going to be pretty proud of me." And she's like, "Why?" I said, "I didn't buy a car. We didn't buy that race." And she's like, "Oh, thank goodness." And I said, "I think we went ahead and bought the whole season." And like I don't even know if she swore. I really am, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure she'll comment with what she said, but I remember this. Like, I'll kind of never forget. There was just this calm, like they say, the calm before the storm. And there was just this little calm beforehand where I was like, I can't tell if she's excited or if she's pretty pissed off about this. But reality of it is, I think it's a really great move for us as a team. And I mean, I couldn't be happier working with Kyle. Yeah. Oh, she did. Yeah. She actually
shut the window.
Shut the window. Yeah. I believe there was an F-bomb at some point in there where she said, "You've got to be kidding me." And then I think she shut the window, and then we talked about it later, and it's all good. But I mean, we're excited. We can't wait. And you guys both as witnesses sat there in Texas when I openly said, "I think I'm going to buy a truck team. Like, let's do whatever it takes. We're going to buy a truck team." And Amanda said, with you two as my witnesses, Amanda's like, "That'd be pretty cool."
She did. I agree. 100%.
So quite frankly, here's the difference. I'm a guy, I'm very literal. I don't read into things. If you say that's cool, I thought, man, my wife would be so impressed if me, Brandon, and Ray got together and bought a primary sponsorship on a car to resell for the rest of the year. I think she would love that opportunity. So
she would.
Yeah. But I can say this for me personally, it's a huge opportunity for me in the sport. It's a huge opportunity for me to grow with Wolfpack and with both of my other businesses. I think there's just some incredible opportunity, and I'm excited, and not as a touchy-feely thing, but I can't pick two guys that I would have a heck of a lot. I can't imagine doing this with anybody else and having the fun that we're about to have. Like, I mean, we cleaned this up for Kyle because we don't want to get him too crazy right off the bat. But, we have so much fun at races, and to think of the opportunity we have when we can do it 33 times a year if we choose to is just, it's almost scary. I know my liver's throwing a white flag out. We ain't even started.
No, man, it is good. And, the opportunity came by. It's a guy here actually not too far from me in North Carolina, John Vick. I mean, he's been in the industry a while, local racing, all the way up to Cup. And me and him had some conversations about some other local races that were going on and some local sponsorships. And he just called me up one day. He's like, "Hey, man, I got an opportunity for you that's come up, and it's with Mike Harmon Racing." And I was like, "Well, we have the conversation. I'm the guy that, I never turn a conversation down. You never know what's going to come out of it. So we set it up, and I mean, started looking at Mike Harmon Racing. I mean, I knew who they were. They've been an underfunded team. But I mean, just last year, they come on, man. I mean, I think the best finish they had before last year was 15th. Kyle himself, he had an 8th place finish in Kansas. Kentucky, I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's from North Carolina.
Dude,
Kansas, Kentucky, they both start with a K, and I don't like either
even
track,
close to the same. Don't. You know how I feel about Kentucky.
I do.
That is a sore spot for me right now, so please stop.
Why don't you cuss about it, Brandon?
I was trying to get him to cuss. That's what that was about.
Yeah, I was that close.
But then him and Curry, they had 22 top 20 finishes last year. It was very impressive for a team that's underfunded like them. And I think it's, we talked about it before we agreed to everything. It's like, we think these guys are going to do something. They got 2 great drivers in place. Mike's trying to put the funds where he needs to improve the team. He's not about going out there and just turning a couple laps to make a purse and pull it in. He wants to perform. He wants to be a top team at some point, and I think he's putting things in place to do that. So
America's team, baby.
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that, like, for me, was excited about getting involved with it. As much as they back military and first responders and the Back to Blue car and everything they're doing, quickly became America's team last year for that. And so I think this year is just going to build on that, because the partners and clients that we have, that's right in their wheelhouse. Yeah. So they're going to be excited about that. We'll be able to do some cool things with military, first responders, and our clients, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, I mean, that was a big part of the schemes that were on that 47 car last year. They're the ones that were, covered pretty well in the news for, they did run the Trump 2020 car. I'm just going to leave that alone because, we're trying to not swear with you or whatever is going on. But, the Back to Blue thing was absolutely huge. It's a thing that we take a lot of pride in. I know personally it's something I'm very involved with, friends with a lot of police, sheriffs, a lot of military, ex-military people and stuff like that. And those people give us our freedoms and our rights and all of that stuff. So, it's something that Kyle truly believes in. It's something that we truly believe in. I'm not speaking for you guys. I truly believe in. And something that I'm quite frankly really proud to be a part of. And we're going to have the Wolfpack tumblers with the thin blue line on them with the 47 on them. I don't have one of them here to show because they're in the warehouse. I was supposed to ship them to you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get around to it. But, a cool thing with just awesome. I mean, I don't think there's a better fit for us in an overall right off the bat start with something like this. It's going to be a blast.
Yep. Yeah. Good
so
deal.
we won't always just talk NASCAR, but it is going to be a big part of this thing here moving forward for at least 15, 20 minutes every time we're on, and trying to get special guests on here and things like that. I mean, it's we got some exciting stuff this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, no doubt.
Yep.
Divers, we got to get you drinking a little more.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just listening to you guys.
I'll say you've been a little quiet tonight.
I'm fine. I'm just relaxed. I'm laid back. I want my cup, but other than that, I'm good, man.
Now, I'm gonna tell you all this. If any of you guys ever become friends with Brandon Divers, man, make sure whatever you ship to him first. I still laugh about the fact that you're like, how in the heck? Because I probably can't say that HC double hockey stick. How in the heck is it? I think your quote or your text said something like, how in the heck is it that Kyle has some of the Wolfpack 47 cups and I don't even have them yet? I'm like, we kind of needed Kyle to make the announcement with them,
I don't know why that's important.
Seriously butthurt about that.
I'm still not very happy about it. As you can see, I mean,
that was the first text we got. The first text we got, Kyle's on like TikTok talking about, yeah, man, look at these cups. They're awesome and shooting big frig. And we get a text, where's my cup?
Yeah. So you're telling me Kyle got
it like that? Don't talk like that. Yeah, all right, look, I enunciate. All right, I'm good. I can say turned and not turnt. I'm good.
Saying it right if you said turned and not turnt.
We're gonna find out whether Kyle says turned or turnt. That's a
good question. Write that down.
He's from Missouri.
30 minutes. Yeah, great.
Turned.
Jot that down. We need that
one. Well, speaking of Kyle, and I'm gonna let Amanda do the introduction here. She says everything's okay, boys. Kyle seems like an awesome kid, and he backs our police. It's gonna be a good year. And with that, I'm gonna bring in our special guest tonight, Kyle Weatherman. Kyle, how's it going, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys? I've been enjoying this. I'm laughing my butt off over here listening to you guys.
We started this thing off because we get on phone calls even before we were doing the business stuff, just as buddies, and we'd spend hour, 2 hours on the phone just laughing, cutting up, and we were like, we enjoy it so much, everybody else will too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how this deal started, and we've done it now. Since October, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
this is episode 14.
This is actually
episode 1.
Sorry,
this is episode 1. Yeah, we went back and deleted every other one because, to be totally honest with you, before we weren't as tamed with our tongue, so we wanted to try to clean it up a little bit. So we went back and cleared the register, as they say.
That was our pilot season.
Our pilot season. So, but
so what's going on, Kyle? Glad to have you here, buddy. Proud to have you driving the car. What's going on?
Man, I'm just so as you guys know, I actually started working at Mike Harmon's and really excited for that. That's really cool, and I'm excited to work on my car and work with the team. And I talked to you guys earlier about this, building a relationship with the team and the drivers and Bailey and everybody that I'm going to work with this year is really important in my eyes. So building relationships is the biggest thing, and you guys know that as well. And as you guys know as well, I enjoy working on the cars. So I don't want to be bored during the week, so I enjoy spending my time and working at the shop and helping out as much as I can there. So it's fun. I enjoy it.
How'd you get to get to know cars? Like, what did you do growing up? Like, how did that work? Because I honestly, I can change a tire. I can check the oil. That's about it.
That's cool.
AAA ain't changing a tire, Diver.
I can change a tire. All right.
Well,
It's a little hard.
We'll help you out.
on different cars.
We'll bring you down to Charlotte, and you can help out for a few weeks, and we'll get you fixed up. But ever since I was 8 years old, my dad, made me work on the race car, and now I respect him for it and love that he, kind of installed that into me and stuff like that, because it's made me a better person, better driver, and it's built relationships that I wouldn't have had before as well. So when I was 8 years old, I wasn't doing anything crazy, but I was out there still cleaning the go-kart that I was driving. I was changing the gear sprocket that was on it. So I was just involved, right? And I learned at a young age when I was, like I said, 8 years old, that the race car or the go-kart wasn't getting the racetrack unless I was involved with it 100% and involved with every aspect of getting it there. So like I said, I'm really thankful for that because it's maybe the person I am now, and it's got relationships that I would have never had before if I was just a quote unquote regular driver that just kind of shows up and drives kind of thing. So it's awesome. I love it.
And I'm sure it helps a heck of a lot to, be involved in working on it and then understanding what you need and how you need to work on it during a race, right?
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. I mean, there's a ton of things that if I wasn't a mechanic, and I call myself a mechanic during the week, if I wasn't a mechanic, I wouldn't know aspects or what this does to the car or anything. So what's up, buddy? What's his name?
It's my son Hudson. He
what's up? I love him.
He does a lot of guest appearances with us every week.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Our all-time guest.
I love you.
How old are you?
How old are you? Sorry. How old are you? Say it.
5.
You're 5? Wow. Awesome.
That's right.
Very cool.
All
Hopefully
right,
I can see you at the racetrack sometime.
We'll see you. Absolutely. All right, buddy. Love you.
But no, I mean, you're good. Yeah, it's awesome. But no, to answer your question, like I said, it's just taught me a lot of things that, I wouldn't know as a driver, just aspects of everything, so I'm very hands-on. I'm not just kind of show up and bug the guys and stuff like that. No, I'm hands-on. My hands are dirty actually right now. I just got back, but no, I'm very hands-on. I love doing it. Every aspect, whether it's inside the car, putting front suspension on, putting the rear suspension, anything, I'm saying I'm involved with everything, and it's fun and I enjoy it. Like I said, it gives me something to do during the week as well. So that's the best part.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask, like being a mechanic driver, right? I grew up racing. My wife family grew up racing. I started racing with them when I was in high school, and I played around driving a little bit, but driving wasn't for me. I'd rather work on the car. I'd rather build them.
Let me clarify that. Driving is for Ray just on the iRacing.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let it fool you.
This is the end result of all of this, Kyle. The whole reality of Wolfpack joining and being there. We're so proud to be with you, but there's one thing that I'm going to personally ask you out of all this, and I'm going to pay $1 to the swear jar for it, because the only thing I want out of all this relationship is everything is I want to witness on Should Have Gone to Bed on our little podcast. I want to witness you going out and just whooping Ray's ass in an iRacing race.
Which won't be hard. It won't be hard.
We need to make that happen soon, Ray. We got to make that happen. We're gonna have to make we're gonna have to do like a full thing. We can get the fans involved. It's like a fan race, and it's it'd be fun. That'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
I'm down.
I know who my money's on.
Yeah. No, but like being the guy that's working on the car, and then you're going to the track driving it every week. Like how does that change versus you just, like a lot of drivers just show up and get in the car and roll?
It depends. I mean, especially like the hot weather races and stuff like that. I'll do my best to hydrate and kind of stay towards the AC kind of things. But when it's colder out, I mean, I go help, and I realistically help every time, honestly, but help push the car through tech. And, so I'm not just a kind of light switch kind of person and said, all right, well, I'm a mechanic, at the shop, but I'm full on like driver kind of thing, so I'm still hands-on at the track and help, everything I can there. But I also don't want to do stuff that's going to affect me in the driver's seat, so I don't want to, when it's 100 degrees outside, I'm not going to try to spend, 3 hours before the race starts out there kind of, sweating and losing all my hydration and stuff like that, so I'm cautious of that, but no, still very hands-on and love helping in any way I can, so like I said, I'm kind of, I just pay attention to kind of, what's going on and stuff like that, but it's fun. I enjoy it. It really is. And it's a passion I've had, like I said, ever since I was literally 8 years old. My dad installed in me and working and helping. And, I'm excited to do that, but I'm just really excited for the year coming up for the full-time driving and excited for that, really.
Good deal.
So, going into this, first off, this is your first full-time ride then, correct? First time that you've been full-time in the NASCAR series, correct?
It is. Yeah.
So, growing up, everybody's got a dream as a kid. Everybody had a professional athlete, whether it's football, baseball, whatever the case is, driving. At what point did it become, not a dream for you? What point did you think, man, I've really got a shot? Or was it something you always just knew, hey, I can get there? Like, where was, walk us through that path of your life.
Yeah. So, like I said, started at 8 and it was just kind of to get the family together. My brother raced as well. And my dad used to race a little bit as well. So it just started as a passion, as something to kind of do on the weekends and stuff like that, to kind of just get away and go do something fun and travel a little bit as well. But then we kind of slowly realized that this is something, and not trying to sound cocky, but that I was really good at it, so, then we kind of, I'd say probably 9, 10, 11 for sure. I realized, that we could do this professionally, and have something as a passion, as a job, so, I'd say probably right around 11, 12 years old for sure. My mind kind of twisted and turned and said, look, I'm going to do absolutely 100% focus, 110% focus on making it. And, I've listened to a lot of podcasts and I listen to all kinds of other stuff. Anything in the world is possible. You just got to put effort into doing it, and you've got to build relationships, right place, right time. And you got to work hard at it, and you got to work harder than everybody in your circle that you're trying to do. Obviously there's a handful of drivers that are trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do. I've just got to work harder than everybody around me and show that, I'm here to do this and I want to do this. And, obviously another thing is finding the right, supporters and sponsors to keep on moving forward. And I'm excited that you guys are involved in this. And I'm really excited, like you guys are wanting to have fun at this. This is something that, I've installed in my head, and my dad did as well. If you're not having fun at it, don't do it, So I'm excited. I can see how pumped you guys are. I'm excited.
You can't find anybody better at that than us.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Yeah. This gonna be fun.
I think that's great. So
Kyle, we got a question, and this is a guy I race with some, Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
He says, Kyle, I'm a law enforcement officer, have been for 5 years, work about an hour and 45 minutes from Charlotte. Really enjoy seeing your voice and your support for us law enforcement over the U.S. Have you received any backlash or lost friends due to your position and beliefs? Also would love to send you a patch.
That would be awesome. I would love a patch. That'd be incredible. So backlash with friends, family, absolutely not. I've had so much support on that aspect. When it first was announced, when we did it at Homestead, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I got a lot of negativity. I blocked it out. I don't. I'm a kind of person that I believe in what I believe in, and if you don't like it, I respect your opinion, but on the other hand, I don't. I don't listen to it, kind of thing. But so it was probably 4 or 5 days until I guess the silent majority kind of came on and had my back towards that end. So like I said, it was about 4 or 5 days until the people that really support what I have stood for kind of came and supported me on it. But like I said, I just really ignored all the hate and hatred. And like I said, I believe in what I believe in, and it wasn't going to stop me from pushing forward, or I wasn't going to back down in a way or a sense for the negativity kind of side, So it was a rough 20 year, and there was a lot of hatred towards law enforcement or first responders in general. And they're the most important, right? I mean, anytime anything happens, and even the people that had negativity towards what I've been standing for, if something were to happen in their lives or they needed support, that's the first people they'd call. They wouldn't call their mom, they wouldn't call their dad, they'd call the first responders. So it's like I said, it's I'm going to keep on believing in what I believe in and support what I support, So it's like I said, it was backlash for a little bit, but I knew that there's a lot of people out there that support, the same way I do.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of high profile stuff going on during that time too, that I think that the media was just blowing out of proportion. And even, I think I even remember like when y'all first ran that car, it was like, this is a direct something against another driver that was out there. It's like bull crap, man. It's just part of standing up for what America's about. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, without our first responders or our police, what do we got? Lawlessness. I mean, and so people don't see that, and everything's been blown out of proportion. But again, that goes back to stuff I need to calm down about. I can't get my heart rate up so much.
Get your pillow.
Yeah,
where's
my pillow? My pillow. On my pillow. But,
and I think that's good too. And Zach, thanks for asking that question. For anybody else watching or anything like that, obviously, if you listen to this podcast after, you can ask questions, but Kyle probably won't answer them. But you can follow him and follow him. And Kyle, we'll give you a chance to plug some stuff. But I got to know. I mean, like TikTok. Obviously, you're a young guy, but we're here to ask real questions for real stuff because I want to know. Like getting into TikTok and all that stuff's going. I mean, every time I look at TikTok, half of it's all these young, cute gals and stuff like that. I mean, did you get into TikTok to meet women, or did you get into TikTok to become famous and make some money doing it?
No, I don't know what I'm supposed to say here. I mean, I enjoy both sides, but no, for real. I mean, everybody.
Extra pit passes.
I'm not gonna lie, but no, I mean, just the biggest thing is it's just another platform that I can help spread awareness on. Honestly, So TikTok is definitely taking off. It's definitely the top, social media concept right now, in my opinion. So I had to jump on that bandwagon, I guess. But no, I mean, I've really, and I heard Ray say it earlier, it's a loophole. I mean, you get stuck onto it, and I do it right before I go to bed sometimes. And heck, I look at the clock and I'm like, holy crap, I've been here for 4 hours. What have I been doing with my life? But no, it's just another aspect. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually running out of content, so I need you guys to help bring more content ideas. And I know you guys said you have some fun stuff going on. I need to get involved in some of this stuff.
So I'll be honest. I haven't told anybody this, including my wife. But I tried the ghost TikTok. I probably did it 15 times. Couldn't figure out how to get it.
That's the hardest one.
And I was in my living room, dude. If there was outtakes on that, you guys would be on the floor. It was unbelievable.
There's a TikTok of Andy. Andy's doing a TikTok.
He's got a TikTok?
No, it was on Amanda's page.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can find that.
No, it's not.
Yeah. No, we've got the Wolfpack and stuff like that on there, but I don't know that we're making videos. We'll probably, if we do anything, we'll make videos when we're there. I've never created a video, so I'm gonna have to hire a gal or Amanda or somebody who go to races because I'm not gonna to do it. But I mean, and that's the reality behind it is as I look into this, and one of my companies we do a lot with social media and things like that, and it's TikTok is a little different in the fact that you're truly a creator. A lot of it, and I remember one of our first conversations, Kyle, where you're like, man, I do a lot of silly, stupid stuff on there, if you think I look like an idiot. But the reality of it is that that's what people enjoy. I mean, that's what we do this podcast for and stuff like that is so people can see the real us and things like that. But I mean, tell us some of that. I mean, where do you come up with the ideas? I mean, obviously you see the trends that are going on, but I mean, that stuff isn't one take from what I'm understanding. It's a lot of work to actually create a video.
It is sometimes. Sometimes I just post the raw footage of whatever happens kind of thing. But no, I mean, there's a couple of videos that I've spent, a few hours trying to create and do. And
so I got 45 minutes into that ghosting thing.
It's hard. Yeah, I just definitely try to stay up on some of the trends and stuff like that. And obviously just, posting, with K9 Madison and a couple of law enforcement, that I've been involved with. And then obviously just having the Back the Blue car has been a really big hit, and people obviously really support that. So I've had a lot of support on that. But like I said, I'm running out of a little bit of content. So I need some few ideas to draw attention and bring some people to my page. But no,
I got lots of ideas.
Good. Well, we'll come up with a few ideas, and we'll make some stuff happen. But I do want to see the raw footage of you trying to do the ghost thing at first.
If I can find it, I'll send it to you.
He'll put a TikTok up of, hey, here's our new primary sponsor trying to do the ghost thing. This is why 35-year-old guys should be on TikTok.
I totally thought so. I was like, that's easy. I could dance like that. And then I'm dancing. I looked like I was like doing this. It was bad deal. So we're gonna work on it though. So
all right.
But I was listening to your interview with Jack Root last weekend, and one of the things that struck me about that, and Jack Root's been around for ever, man. So I grew up an Ernie Irvan fan, and I remember him back in those days. And one thing that he talked about or said at the very end was that he was, sometimes people have this connotation or this perception of the generation, where of your age, and the fact that you're so interested in supporting a good cause, but also helping people and helping causes, helping organizations and whatnot, renews his, faith in your, and I think that's a huge statement, especially out of a guy like that that's been in the sport for a long time, it's been around for a long time, and that struck me and stayed with me. So, like, where did you get that, I guess, drive to kind of want to give back and make a difference? Because I can totally relate to you on that. Like, growing up, I wanted to be a teacher. Mm-hmm. I wanted to teach history because I wanted to make an impact. I wanted what I did to matter and to help future generations. So, like, I just, where does that drive come from for you?
Man, it just gave me the chills. No, I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, just knowing that you can have an impact on people, right? I mean, it is the biggest thing. And obviously I want to be a good role model. I don't want to be doing negative stuff or anything like that. So, just I'm a people person. I really care about others and what they think and ways of that, So just to know, and I actually made a TikTok of somebody that posted a video and did some drawings of my car, and he was a kid. Yeah, he was younger, and it was just awesome to know. And I don't know exactly how old. I think he said he was 8, 9, something like that. Just to know that I have an impact and my voice matters to him, right? And he looks up to me. It's awesome, and I want to be a role model for everybody. I want to be able to know that I love giving back. I care about people. I care about my community. I care about animals. I care about dogs. Everything, right? I mean, I just care, and I want to use racing as an aspect and as a road to help bring awarenesses to causes and stuff that I enjoy and want to give back to. So. Like I said, I just really care about others and how they, grow up and how they want to live, and I want to help make the world better.
Yeah. And I think that says a lot about you as a person and a lot about why we're so excited to be working with you, is the fact that, I will say, like, looking you up when we were first figuring everything out, and I knew who you were, but, we like to dig a little deeper. And I remember showing Amanda, who's my wife, going through and finding your TikTok and going through some of that stuff. And there was one in there where forgive me if I'm wrong, isn't a free plug for him, but I think you were at a McDonald's and you actually turned around and went back through, and you had done like a live video or something the night before or while you were there or something like that, and you turned around and you went back in, and I think it was like $10 or $20 or something like that.
$20.
Yeah, you gave a $20 bill as a donation from the money you made from doing that video or whatever the case was, a video before, and you donated it to the guy that was working there just because you literally said, man, it was a pleasure. Like, you don't hate your job. You deserve more. You were awesome. Like, thank you. And I remember watching that as a person that's, been through a lot of things with stuff like that. And I was like, this is like Jack said, as Brandon was saying, I mean, it was so refreshing to see it as somebody who's like, I just want to be a part of something. And so I think we're here and for the same reasons, and we want to be a part of that too. So I commend you for that. And I think this is the time that I can say too that we've talked a little about it, but as you know, we're going to have the Wolfpack Racing. I don't know if you have one of the tumblers there. I'd have Brandon show one, but he's still butthurt that he doesn't have one. But hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, we'll have those Wolfpack tumblers up on our site. Ray's got one that's similar, but it doesn't have the 47 and the thin blue line on it. But what my plan with that is, or what our plan with that is that every one of those that's sold, and I don't know if we've told you this yet or not, Kyle, but for every one of those sold, we're going to actually donate $10 from every tumbler that we sell once it comes out. And my plan with that is whether it's quarterly or whatever the case is, when you're going to a track, we're going to hopefully be able to get you there a day early. We'll work all this stuff out, but we're going to allow you to kind of pick which of the Back the Blues or, a local charity, whatever the case is that has to do with the law enforcement, first responders, whatever the case is. And we're going to give you an opportunity to give someone that money from what we do with that. And if we need to get some people that back it and double and support it. So, from our perspective as Wolfpack, we're going to jump on board with that. And we're going to help you with those, the support and those donations. And it's something that we want that to be in your name of the fact that, hey, you're getting an opportunity to give back more. And we're going to find some people that'll back that with us too. So, you're doing good in the world, man, and we're just excited to be a part of that for sure.
No, that's awesome. I can't wait to announce that to people. And I actually have mentioned it a little bit on TikTok and stuff like that. Actually, there's been a crazy amount of people that have actually been DMing me of wanting those cups I
should have sent you a DM. Maybe I'll get one faster.
You can sign up to win, Divers.
I was watching your live that night that you were announcing it, and like people were like, "Where can I get it?" And I was in there like, "They should be up there in about 10 days." They're trying to get me because it was like in the one afternoon. I sent them guys a text. I was like, "Hey, we got to get these cups up because and full disclosure, Wolfpack's donating 5, and Big Frig has said that they're going to donate 5. That's where the 10 comes from. Big Frig's going to be a big part of what we're doing this year. We're excited about that, and our buddy Brock that owns that company, he's a huge supporter of first responders and stuff like that. So we were talking about it through text the other night, and he just jumped up and he's like, "Hey, for every one you sell, I'll throw 5 too." So I'll make sure people know that what he's doing there. So it's going to be exciting times, man. So last year kind of being MHR's best year ever, right? Mm-hmm. So what are you guys doing right now that to build upon that? What are you guys looking at? How are you guys planning for this season, and what are you looking forward to most?
Yeah, so I mean, just being in the shop and seeing all the guys motivated, and stuff like that. They're all taking their time. We're cleaning cars, getting them all ready. Obviously, the cars that we've had before, we're getting back ready again. Mike's invested in getting some other cars and newer cars brought through. A couple of them are showing up actually, I believe, at the end of this week or next week. So I'm excited for that. And, just being there, being more involved. I was with another race team last year, so I didn't get to spend my full time there. I think that, just having my presence there, and I'm not trying to talk highly, but, just having myself there and showing how motivated I am and dedicated I am to, making these cars better, and building even on what we had last year, so, I think last year was an amazing year, but there's tons of aspects that we can do to build and be even better, and that's the cool part is just seeing where this could potentially be, and what this could potentially do for, myself, Mike Harmon, you got, everybody, right? Everybody involved, it's just, there's so much potential here. And that's the amazing part is there's, you look at it and every road has an aspect to build on and get better each week. And I'm just excited to do it. I really am. And like I said, being involved and being in the shop 24/7 from when they get there at 8 o'clock to when they leave there, whenever they lock the doors, I don't even care. I'm going to be there. And I'm just really, really excited and blessed for the opportunity. And I'm excited for it. I know I keep on saying that word, but it's awesome. It's to be posted above my name right now. But I can't stop saying it.
No, it's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, we want to let you go here. I know you've had a long day and got a lot to do.
He's going to go live on TikTok soon. Talk about how much he had on Should Have Gone to Bed. I mean,
exactly.
This is our plug, right?
Exactly. It had a lot of again, appreciate your time, but we got to ask you in the spirit of this podcast. So the whole idea behind this is there's times where we all and our wives will tell you, and you'll meet them, that we probably should have gone to bed. And that all happens the next morning. So
that's pretty much how we met. Like,
yeah, pretty much how we met. Yeah.
we should have went to bed that night, but
1:30 in the morning and 3 large Papa John pizzas and wings coming in for 4 of us was probably more than we needed that night.
Exactly. So do you have a moment in time where, like, maybe, and without divulging too much, or divulge what you want, where maybe you should have gone to bed?
Oh, there's some aspects, like you said, I probably shouldn't get too in depth with them, but no, I mean, for the most part, I've been good, and like I said, I mean, I spend a lot of time at the race shop and stuff like that. I really do. So I'm different in aspects of going out and partying. I like doing it, I enjoy it, but I really my image matter. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But definitely. There's probably been a few times where I should have just went to bed, but I didn't. So but those are moments that obviously I'll never forget, and I'm sure there'll be a few moments with all 4 of us involved, and it'll be fun. We probably have the podcast rolling at that time.
No.
Show him the shirt, Divers. When we get him back and we put him on the No More Bets airboat, we take him out bow fishing sometime.
That's right. No more bow fishing.
Sure.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
So that's a night that you'll think, because with bow fishing, it's all night. So that'll be a night that you're gonna be like, man, I probably should have gone to bed, but I've never had.
That's TikTok worthy right there too, guys. That's it.
You'll have a blast with it. So
I've never actually been bow fishing, and Jen. So I'll wear this shirt, and Jen's like, oh, why don't you tell everybody about your bow fishing? I'm an aspiring bow fisher.
Aspiring.
So, gotta start somewhere, right?
Last thing I would say, Kyle, and then we'll absolutely let you go because you've had a late day, and I'll let Ray close with you too. But I appreciate being here. But one of the questions I have is, obviously you're excited. There's a lot of opportunities, but with everything I do in life, I'm a very, very goal-driven person. And I believe people who aren't working towards a goal aren't going anywhere. So I'm going to put you on the spot on this. I'm going to ask you, I mean, MHR 2021, we've got the Wolfpack Racing team with you, all of this stuff. We want to know so we can help you get there. What's the overall goal for you as a person, and what's the goal on the track this year?
Yeah, so I think a really realistic goal is top 12, top 15 in points. We finished 8th last year at Kentucky.
Kentucky. It was at Kentucky.
Kentucky. I know Ray did that too, but look, so I'm gonna set the standards high. I want to win a race this year. I really do. And I really think that if we can get on the right track and get some equipment rolling and get some cars that are capable, I really feel highly of it. I really do. I mean, like I said, we've had a few times last year where we had some really, really good speed and some good finishes. Like I said, I'm gonna set the standard and the bar high. I want to win a race this year. I really do, and that would be absolutely incredible. And that would be huge for myself, Mike Harmon, and that's my goal, and we're gonna make it happen. And like I said, I've always been a driven person and set the standards high and set my goals high. I don't stop until we get it done. So I'm excited for it and we're ready for it.
Well,
awesome.
Here's the real boss of this whole thing, right? This is Andy's wife. She's the boss. So when we're at the track, she keeps us halfway sane, make sure we live through the weekend and all that good stuff. So she says, we're excited to watch you do amazing things this year. Looking forward to meeting you. So
yes, nice to meet you virtually. Definitely excited to meet you, at the racetrack soon. Definitely nice to meet you though. But it's gonna be fun. Be a fun year.
Well, good deal, man. Well, Kyle, we appreciate you being on with us. We'll definitely set up that fan iRacing thing. I think that'll be a good time. There's one other guy that has made the step and ordered some stuff. Both of these guys over here keep talking about they're going to come iRacing and whoop our tails or whatever. But there's only one that has actually started gathering his stuff.
Who's that?
Divers, man.
I ordered a racing wheel and bought all the stuff to build an iRacing room in the basement of my house over 7
I didn't
months.
tell Jen about that yet.
It sounds like his wife doesn't know yet.
Yeah. Ain't told Jen about that yet? Well,
Thanks, Ray.
Andy, you've had your wheel for 6 months.
Oh, yeah. I've also got the plans all drawn out of where it's going. I'm building the whole room in the basement. I also have the monitors. I have everything. I just haven't ordered the computer. I've been busy.
And
Hey,
what
Andy,
you'll
I've
learn
got
about
I got some stuff I can give you a really good deal on, probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna fire. Jen's gonna have it on Craigslist or eBay in the morning.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
you should have let me know. Sorry, Jen. That was a Christmas gift from Andy and I.
Yeah. I pitched in too. I pitched in as well.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude.
I was
That's
in
good
on
looking out.
No. Cool deal, Kyle, man. Hey, we appreciate it. Get you some rest. We know you got to be at the shop early in the morning. We look forward to it. And I'm going to have to get my boy Zach, and we'll have to go down there and visit you sometime so he can trade patches and get to meet you. So, again, we appreciate it, man, and have a good one.
Thanks
and we'll
for your
see
time,
you on
buddy.
TikTok later.
We'll see you guys. We'll do this again. I like it. Fun.
All
See you
right.
guys.
All right,
Thank
bro.
you, man. See you later.
All right, man. That guy's such a good kid, man.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
he
he's
just-
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just a great heart in general. I mean, just you can tell just talking to him. It's he's genuine, and so we're looking forward to an exciting year with him. So,
Well, I think the biggest thing is, I mean, think about the fact that, I mean, he's 23 years old. He's an Xfinity driver, and he's a kid who has a good head on his shoulders. He's got his stuff together. He wants to work. I mean, there's so many people that, I mean, let's face facts. He could sit back and be like, hey, I got a full-time ride. I've got to drive. I mean, this is a podcast that has 8 people watching on it. We're having fun. He's here because he appreciates what we're doing. He's here because he's his name.
Andy, don't discredit the podcast. All right, we're here for the after watchers. All right, this is like
that is true. Yeah. So I mean, I agree, but no, and we're gonna promote it. We're gonna actually make this into something now that we don't just swear the whole time. But from the very beginning, as we've started looking at doing this, I'm just, I'm not saying this if he's still watching it. I'm impressed with him. I truly am impressed with him as a kid and the stuff he's got going, and he's motivated. I don't care. He's motivated, and I'll tell you, I'll take motivation over just about anything else in the world. I think that's really what drives so much, and I think he's going to do great things.
I do too.
Yeah, like, I mean, and this is no secret. I mean, I was a little, like, when we were talking about it, like, we were talking about which driver at MHR we wanted to back, right? And you guys were like, oh, yeah, man, this guy, look at his TikTok. And I'm like, TikTok, come on, man. I want somebody that's gritty, that's going to go out and, but the more and more I looked into it and saw what he was doing on TikTok, saw what he was talking about and stuff, it's a good fit for us, good fit for, and the kids just, I think, like you said, man, I mean, he's head above, like, what, and I hate to say this, I'm not just beating down on like 20-some-year-olds, but most of the ones I know like are still trying to figure out if they're eating Pizza Inn or Taco Bell tonight. Not like
I figure out how long they can stay on mommy's cell phone plan.
Yeah, exactly. And this kid's out there getting it done. So
the end of that interview where Jack Root said that about him, I thought was pretty awesome. That and I cut that out of what I sent you, but it was pretty cool, and I agree with him. I agree wholeheartedly. I think that's a huge piece, and you just don't get that.
And here's the thing to think about that he said while we were talking to him, guys, was he wants to inspire people. He wants to be a role model and stuff like that. And I think about this as he's a 23-year-old kid. We're sponsoring his car as a group. We're working with our clients to sponsor his car. And I sit here and I think about that, and the reality of it is that I set time aside. You think about a kid that's inspiring somebody. Mike, one of my best friends, was with me. We were down on the farm, and going to the locker, and we were going down to pick up deer meat, and we pulled off in a parking lot about a block from the locker, and we sat there and we listened to that entire interview because I was excited to have Wolfpack be announced on NASCAR radio, on Sirius XM, and all of that stuff. But I wanted to learn a little bit more about Kyle. I wanted to see him in that situation outside of the TikTok and that fun. I wanted to see how he was in that serious, that business type of thing. And no different than it was here. He flowed with our questions of fun, but he was able to flow with the questions of business and seriousness. And that's impressive for a kid like that. I mean, it truly is. And I don't mean to call him a kid, like you guys said, but my God, he's 23. I never thought there'd be a day in my life where I would call a 23-year-old a kid. But at least I'm younger than Amanda. That's all I can say.
that's what I always say to Molly too. She's like, you turned 42 this year. I was like, yeah, but you're 3 years older than I am. So what?
So I turned 40 this year in April, y'all. We're going to do it. Should have gone to bed party for my 40th birthday. That's all I know. 'Cause I told the man, I'm like, I'm not doing a party. It's 40. I don't care. I'm going to go to work, but we could do something here for fun. Extremely impressive. You know, like I like a lot of these NASCAR drivers we work with and stuff like that. But I will say, from a personal aspect and from a business aspect, you know, I'm very impressed with Kyle, and I'm really looking forward to working with him this year. And I think this is an opportunity that we can share this with, you know, some of our clients and things like that too. When people talk about, you know, it's a young kid, what's the value? And like this is a kid that can sit there and do silly stuff on TikTok, and then he can sit down with anybody and just have a real conversation and make sense. And I'm impressed. I'm looking forward to working with him this year.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
So, with that being said, we're excited about what's going on with Wolfpack and Mike Harmon Racing and Kyle Weatherman. And you know, it's had some interesting news coming out this week too on some other NASCAR things. I'd like to get your guys' opinion on. Today, actually, was announced that GMS will field 5 trucks in the NASCAR.
They announced that today?
Yeah.
God, I hate having a job.
What's the Canadian guy? Lafayette.
His name is.
I can't pronounce it.
He's the guy that ran the 4 Kyle Busch truck last year.
Lassard?
Lassard. Yeah, Raphael Lassard.
Raphael Lassard. Yeah. So he'll be running, but they're going to be running 5 full-time trucks this year. So they're doing something right. I mean,
they should have got some money in their airplanes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You wanted my opinion. I mean, cool, good. I mean, and let's face it. I mean, what did they have? They had 2 of the top 4 this year in Truck Series.
3.
Right? I mean,
3
of the top 4. Yeah, 3 of the top 4. And I'm very open to the fact that Truck Series is I'll watch Truck Series over Cup Series all day long. I mean, they don't.
It's shocking. I'm surprised you would say that.
Well, I mean, let's go back to Andy. Andy's been preaching that since I think we were sitting in Texas about screw Cup, let's go truck racing, right?
Yeah.
But what I will say is the Truck and Xfinity Series has carried NASCAR this year. Absolutely have. The best racing.
If NASCAR put the money behind Truck Series and behind the Xfinity Series that they have, rather than the one commercial, they spend all their money marketing Cup Series. And I get it. That's the big names and stuff like that. But if you're growing the names, it's what's going on, Divers?
I thought my son came downstairs, but
I was gonna say you don't have to worry about anybody breaking in. You've got guards sitting outside at the shack at the gated community there. I know you're close to me, but don't worry. I mean, I'm a huge believer. I love the up and comer thing and stuff like that. I'm not against it, but I'm not against Cup Series by any means. I think there's huge value there, but I personally love watching the Cup races, and for me. Not going off of our topic, you know, I'm making some calls at the Wolfpack side. I would love to work with one of the GMS trucks, quite frankly, in Iowa. They're going to run at Knoxville Speedway. They're bringing the trucks to Iowa in dirt. That is going to be absolutely packed. I've already talked to a sprint car team about, you know, possibly putting some stuff on a sprint car the night before the truck race down there. I think that's going to be one of the most popular races of the year. Is it going to have the watch in the volume that Bristol Dirt does? No, but I think it's going to be a better race because I think, as we've talked about, I think Bristol Dirt's going to have 4 cars finish the damn race.
Yeah, unless they do something different. Unless they do something different to the bodies on those cars, I just don't see how they're going to. I mean, because if you watch any of the Truckador races, they were bouncing off the wall every damn lap. I mean, and if the Cup cars do that, they won't finish the race.
Doing Knoxville is going to be incredible.
Yeah, that's going to be a good time. So lead that in. I mean, you know, they announced today as well that Bristol has already sold out for the dirt race. They've already sold out, of course, a limited capacity. I think it's like I think they're saying 30 to 35,000 is what they're limited it to. They said there's still some premier seating left, but basically the general admission stuff's sold out. And they actually started putting dirt on there today. They actually got.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw they dumped dirt on there today.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm like I want to go to that race. I want to watch that race, but I just don't think it's going to be what everybody. I honestly don't think anybody thinks it's going to be a good race. I mean, if you look at most of the like Twitter and the forums and stuff like that, everybody's like, they should have just kept Bristol and just should have added, you know, put the Cup cars on Knoxville, put the Cup cars on Eldora if that's what you wanted to do. But Bristol ran some dirt races several years ago, but it was for dirt cars, right? And everybody seemed to love that, but they were dirt cars. So I don't know. I got mixed emotions.
I said it a couple months ago. I say it again. Don't mess with a good thing. Bristol's a good thing, and I understand the idea that, hey, let's try something out of the box. That's cool. I'm fine with that. I just don't know if Bristol's that place. And
agreed.
And especially for the first time I've seen. I mean, I'm sure Cup covers have run on dirt.
Back in the day,
back in the day, that was Daytona.
Well,
they ran on the sand.
But even around here, Norlina and some of those other Metro line, they ran the Cup races were run on dirt.
Yeah.
Well, and they're talking about the fact that Bristol's sold out, right? Like when we went to Bristol in September, they had limited capacity, and they sold that out in a matter of a week or two when they said they were going to have limited capacity. And
Correct.
I think that's exactly what Brandon's pointing to is, hey, here's a race that sells out. Let's do something to promote the race that sells. What?
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense to me.
I think under normal circumstances, I would be interested to see the difference. In the spring race, it's much different than the night race at Bristol, right? I think I would be interested to see what the difference was if we were in normal situation. But hey, look, the proof will be in the pudding. Let's see what the race looks like. I think I have a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth from what happened in the All-Star race. I thought they had a humongous opportunity to create a situation where, that was going to be just, you can't take it away from here. And 1 year later, they took it away from there, and that's fine.
Put it back at a 1.5 mile track.
Right. And that's
Texas, one of the most exciting racetracks in the country.
Well, put it at Darlington.
Well, I tell you what, good luck getting in the day of the race at this point. So, they've had the longest rain delay in the history of NASCAR. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't like messing with something that's good. I think Bristol's good. Short tracks are good. If you want to run dirt, go run Eldora. Go take those cars somewhere else. And I don't know what that's even going to look like. I can't imagine. You hear all the time about Cup cars, they get up next to each other and get a fender on them, and the tire goes down. So what am I missing about this? That's not going to happen. Okay, they're going to run dirt tires. Okay, fine. Is that? I don't know. I don't know. Are they going to run different bodies on them?
Dirt tires are softer than asphalt tires.
Yeah. Dude, I have no idea. I gotta trust the everybody that made the decision. Fine. I'm extremely skeptical, which means my bar is low. So hopefully it exceeds that. But I don't expect much. So I'll leave it there.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting. I'd like to know if they're having a whole different rule set or whatever for that. But for building the cars, but at the same time, Cup cars are what $300,000, $400,000 cars. They're just going to build a one-off car for one race.
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Don't know.
So another announcement. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Another announcement came out this week is Anthony Alfredo will be stepping into the 38 car at front row. That's surprising. Being that
I've missed everything this week.
You didn't see that?
You didn't see that? It surprises me. Because don't get me wrong. He fared pretty well in the RCR car in the Xfinity series. But
who's going to the RCR car?
Myatt Snyder.
Myatt Snyder's got the full ride, right? Yeah, Myatt Snyder.
93.
Do what?
Don't know.
93.
Hadn't seen anything on the Ryan Sieg racing front.
Huh.
Yeah. But that surprised me a little bit just because of the limited seat time that Anthony's had. Don't get me wrong. He's a hell of a racer. Late models.
That's a curse word.
Oh, hell is?
Yeah.
I had that too. I had to say heck earlier.
All right.
Yeah, I'm marking this down.
Are you writing this down?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, we had 3 swear words, and one of them was worth $1 for me so that I could talk about Kyle just whooping up on Ray when it comes to racing. Hi, racing.
Perfect. All
But
right. As long as you're keeping it.
Yeah, so I mean, he's a great driver. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you're jumping in from how many races he have last year? 7 or 8, if that many.
Ooh, Alfredo. Yeah, he probably had 8 to 10.
I mean, and last year was
Yeah,
really
well.
his first year in Xfinity, right? I mean, so it's not like,
As far as I know.
yeah, so it's not like he's got like 40 starts in Xfinity over 3 years or anything. He's going right from 8 starts in 2020 to a full Cup ride in 2021.
Yeah.
I mean, so who knows? But that is
Isn't
just
front row running a part schedule anyway, or no?
No,
Okay.
you're thinking of Go Fast.
Go
I'm
fast.
thinking of Go Fast.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, that was surprising to me, to say the least. Y'all, any opinions on that one?
No, I'll be honest. I'm kind of counting down to the dad joke thing.
I'll be honest. I'm counting down till the 3 of us are in Daytona.
That too.
Yeah.
Hooking up with our boys on the track. I mean, we're going to have Jeb there. We're supporting. We'll have Kyle there. We're going to have our wives with us. Brock's going to be with us. We've got a house rented with a hot tub and a pool. I'm hoping I make it to the dang. That was a dang. I hope I make it to the dang racetrack.
Look at Andy coming in hot tonight.
Coming in. Look at his halo starting to glow up there.
Hey, at 25 cents, I'd have probably dropped an F-bomb or two, but I'm treating
Well, the last thing NASCAR-wise I want to talk about and get your guys' opinion on, and kind of going to roll into kind of the political aspect of things these days too. You saw where Chris Moniz, who was the spotter for Kyle Larson, has been let go from Hendrick Motorsports because of some past tweets that he liked or shared dealing with President Trump and some conspiracy QAnon stuff and all that. Man, look, I'm a freedom guy, right? I mean, as long as, and I get it, right? I kind of don't. I mean, that's his personal page. It has nothing to do with Hendricks. I understand he works for Hendricks, but at what point do you give up your freedoms? At what point do you give up your freedoms to take a job? Had he been sharing Black Lives Matter and some of that stuff, would he be in the same situation? And I'm all for it.
I don't know.
Look, and I'm all for it.
Look, here's the deal. I don't really want to lose my job, so I'm just gonna stay quiet. No, I
mean, I'm all for like Black Lives Matter. If you want to go protest peacefully, go protest peacefully. I'm the kind of guy you can't have it one way and not have it the other. Right? America's supposed to be about freedom. And if you can't sit there and be all, screw the police, Black Lives Matter, and forget all this stuff, and then this other guy's going back to blue, Trump's my president. What makes it okay for Black Lives Matter and all that crap, but the other guy can't? I'm an equal opportunist, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and there were people. What pissed me off about it the most is people on freaking Twitter bragging about how they got him fired for sending those past tweets to Hendricks. They went through my man's history.
Oh, you're just getting me fired up on Twitter. I know where this is coming.
Well, Twitter, no. Twitter, no. It's just in general, man. I mean, just like yesterday, right? I think all of us can agree that what happened at the Capitol building yesterday was crap, right? Shouldn't have happened.
It was horrid.
It was terrible. It should have never happened. Protest, walk up to the Capitol and protest peacefully all you want to, but the point you crossed and you become a criminal, you're a criminal. I don't care who you support or what you're doing. The same thing with Black Lives Matter. They were mostly, that's another thing. Like all these politicians.
Criminals are who founded our country.
There's a
difference between a criminal and a patriot. And I'm not saying that either are right or wrong, but at some point, look, and here's the thing. There's no one even denying that there was stuff that went on in this election this year. Do I think what happened there was right, wrong, whatever? It doesn't matter. Here's the reality is that we can all be patriots. We can all be sheep. It doesn't matter what we are. Ain't nobody doing nothing to change it. This is what it's going to be. Just don't cry to anybody when all of a sudden you check your paycheck and you're like, how come my paycheck went down or this or that or whatever? I mean, taxes are going to go up. Things are going to happen. It is what it is. It's what we live in. It's the society we live in. But the number one thing for me, Ray, going into all of this is at what point do we stop calling our Congress people our leaders?
Yeah, you can.
That's my deal. They're not my leaders.
I agree, and I think I got this from you guys. We are the constituents. They are supposed to represent us, and at some point, at some time, that stopped, and it started becoming a self-serving endeavor. And that can't happen. I don't condone anything that happened yesterday. It shouldn't have happened. And I don't think what's that?
From the voting on up, it shouldn't happen the way it happened.
Oh, absolutely. But the saddest part of it all is the whole institution, the whole thing is in question. And when people stop trusting the system, that is when things start to come unhinged. And I'm not 100% sure that this isn't the first time that we've had it, but I think this is the first time that from a social media aspect, we've got all these different social media things and you've just got everybody video. I mean, even you look at videos and pictures yesterday from the Capitol. What'd you see? People with their phones like this. That's what it was. And it's more of a let me get an opportunity to take a video or take a photo or whatever instead of what it is. And the fact of the matter is, look, things what happened. On the 20th, we're going to have a new president and we're going to have a new vice president, and that's fine. I'm going to acknowledge them as who they are because that's what we should do. And that's what I expect anybody in the United States to do because that's the country we live in. And we get those freedoms because of the people that have died for that moving forward. And what I don't like about yesterday, I'm going longer than I wanted to, but what I don't like about yesterday is that there were all these American flags scattered throughout that. And scattered throughout that violence and people, going in the doors of the chamber and all of that. And that's really hypocritical to what patriotism is. And protest, fine, protest, but don't destroy. Don't break into a sacred place. And the Capitol, the U.S. Capitol is a sacred place. It is. I've been there. I've taken tours through there. It is a sacred place, and it should stay a sacred place. And to have somebody get up on a dais and want to promote something that is extreme, that doesn't represent me. I don't think it represents any of us. It doesn't represent the majority. It represents that far extremism, just like there is a far extreme crowd on the other side.
I still think that part of it comes down to the fact that I don't condone any of it or anything like that, but I wish we could do a survey across the United States and with people. And let me ask this. I'm not condoning what went on. I'm not saying it should have by any means. But at what point does it change, guys? I mean, listen, here's the whole thing behind it. I have a lot of conservative, liberal friends and everybody else. And you know what? A lot of people have come to me because I've voiced a lot on politics and stuff like that. And I'm staying quiet with it now. But the number one thing that's been most frustrating for me is there's a lot of people that have come to me and been like, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever vote again. And to me, that's a shame. That's a shame. Voting may not have done anything for you. While you might feel that the system changed or that you got screwed or whatever the case is, whatever, I don't care what it is. There's still people fighting every day and dying for your right to vote. And that's where I have issues with this is for me, it's not about who's in office. It's not about any of that. It's about the warriors. It's about the people that fight for our country and a big chunk of our country. I'm not going to say it's majority. I'm not going to say one way or another. There was a lot of people that hated Trump as our president. There's a lot of people that are going to hate Biden as our president. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is that people are losing faith in our country. When Clinton was president, when Obama was president, there was never this conspiracy or this feeling of our country is they don't care about us at all. And that is where I think the biggest shame of everything is. And I think that I hate to say it, but I think we're at the beginning of it. I don't think we're at the end of it. And I'm not, looking for action or anything on that. I just think that I think on both sides of the party, there's a lot of people that went, wow, there's a lot of funky stuff that came out here over the last 3 to 4 months. And there really is. I mean, it has scared me a lot as an American. And I'm still proud of my country. Joe Biden, unlike the parties that had trouble forever, so anybody listening, Joe Biden will be my president. If he's the president of the United States, he will be my president. I'm not a piece of junk like everybody else. I support our country. I may not agree with what he does, but he will be the president of the United States, and this is a country that I love. I might question some stuff in it right now, but I will still vote. I don't care if I'm the only one that goes to vote. I'll still vote because somebody that I've never met has put their life on the line for countless years for me to have that right, and I will be danged if I'm not going to go out and activate it, whether it matters.
I'll be danged.
That's it. That's all. I'm trying to say this without cussing. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I understand, but there's a lot of bad stuff that's gone on in our country.
And that's the thing that kind of perturbs me the most is when you see these people up here that Trump's not my president, Biden won't be my president. I'm sorry, but however ignorant you sound when you say that, Trump's your president until what, the 20, what is it? 20, whatever. 20th. And guess what? I'm the same boat. I didn't vote for Biden. I'll tell you I didn't. And I'll be totally honest with you. I didn't want to vote for Trump, but good God, anyway. But I think I am going to start voting the Libertarian. just so I can say at least I voted for somebody I really truly believe could do it. But no, I mean, just the whole I posted yesterday. It's like if you're up here condoning what happened today at the Capitol, you're ignorant. If the ones that were saying if it was Black Lives Matter, everybody would have been shot, you're ignorant. It just, come on, guys. I mean, let's be honest, dude.
I'm tired of the if.
I'm tired. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, man. I'm sick and tired of all these people because here's the thing. Everybody gets up on Facebook or Twitter and they say what they want to say because they have no fear of somebody punching them in the mouth, right? I mean, and these platforms make it think that it matters what your opinion says. No, it doesn't matter. On
Facebook it's status.
Yeah,
I'm I don't think it said what is your opinion on this. It's your status, and I wish that would freaking go away, man.
Yeah,
golly day.
That's what irritates me about this whole deal is people aren't using their heads. They're just being ignorant buttholes, and they're just saying what they want to say. They're saying what they want to say.
You guys ever seen The Departed? The movie The Departed?
I don't think I have.
No, I don't think so.
You never say, oh my gosh. All right. So it's Jack Nicholson. And anyway, there's like 257 F-bombs in this movie. But if you watch it on TBS, which it plays, they have to cover every one of them up. And this is like kind of watching The Departed on TBS.
We're going to do a whole podcast with 3 swear words. And I think one of them was the other one, and 2 of them have been AT double hockey sticks.
Well, we're not done yet.
After that guy pulled them tubes out of me, I was going to kick his tail. I was like, we're going to do this. We just hit a whole new maturity level.
Our wives are going to be so proud. Until we get to the laugh out loud segment.
I got myself an entire yellow pad to keep track of our swear jar. Because I was like, this gonna get expensive. So y'all told me it's gonna be $1. Well, I ain't gonna afford that.
But I think Andy, you said a while ago, what's going to change it? What's going to change it is that we have to understand, and I think I posted on Facebook. It's like the people in Washington were never meant to be our leaders. They were meant to be our representatives.
Came from you. That's where I got that.
And they don't represent us anymore. They get up there and it's self-serving, and that's just like all this money on that last stimulus bill. People don't realize all that money they're sending to Iran and all that is just another way for them to funnel money back to them. Mm-hmm. And until we as Americans look at what's truly going on, not what they want us to see, not what this hand's doing while this hand's in the cookie jar. And realizing that these people that we have number one, we should have term limits. There's no way you should be.
But it's never going to happen now. I mean, that's the reality. They have the Senate and everything. There's going to be these laws passed. I mean, you guys
there's 2 years to do that. There's 2 years, and hopefully it's going to happen again like it did before.
Guess what'll happen in 2 years? Y'all can mark it down. Write this down on January the 7th. In 2 years, before they have the runoffs, Washington, D.C. will become a state, and so will Puerto Rico.
That's highly possible.
I mean, 52 states; those are both huge liberal areas, and it gives them more House of Representatives. It gives them at least one more senator per location, which means there's going to have to be a tidal wave of red for us to ever have Senator House back again.
Well,
I mean,
and I think
the country has changed. And to go to your point of, something's going to have to change. The problem is, Ray, is that we're looking at 50 plus years of pretending there are leaders. And now what's happened is because we're pretending there are leaders, we've given the power. That power has happened, and there's such a small audience that's starting to want to take it back. And it's so overwhelmed with people that would rather walk through life trying to get a handout than earning something on their own. And that's the reality. I mean, that's the reality of what we're going through is there's a lot of people that are excited for the $600. I mean, that's like, I don't know about anybody else, but $600 isn't going to do a whole lot for me in my life. If I was unemployed or employed, whatever the case is, $600 doesn't do a whole lot. Not in our world today.
Well, it buys it buys an iRacing rig
and a mattress.
Yeah.
What iRacing rig does it get anything?
Close.
Yeah, not quite close. That's part of the.
Can we get to the part I'm looking forward to?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so this is
We should
something.
have done the laugh out loud at the beginning.
I
I think it's called. Is it called laugh out loud? Is that what we named this segment?
Are we doing laugh out loud?
Because this is the last thing, right?
Yeah, so Andy and Divers, they wanted to add this segment in, and it's a good segment of laugh out loud. You've probably seen it before, either on TikTok or Facebook something that where they tell jokes to try to make.
We got to do this at the beginning
right?
from now on.
Why?
It's got to be like I don't know, because I feel like we got so serious, man. If we'd open with this, I'm open with this.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity to get unserious now.
Okay.
So,
all right,
so here we hadn't really talked about the rules of this thing, but this is the gist of it. We're going to go around, each one of us taking turns telling a joke, and the other people are going to try not to laugh.
They're dad jokes, though. They are.
Are they dad jokes?
Well, it could be anything. I'm going with dad jokes, and I don't know.
I'm doing dad jokes.
I've got a couple of dad jokes, but I got a couple that are pretty good ones. But anyway,
go ahead with what you're saying.
So we're going to round robin this thing, and who's keeping tab here?
Andy's got the yellow pad.
Andy, you're going to keep tab, and
you got the yellow pad.
What's the ultimate goal? Like, what's the ultimate?
So
or is there?
Can we smile? But if we laugh,
I'm saying
it goes right.
Yeah, but if you start smiling, you're gonna start laughing. So here's the way this goes: is we go we just go in an order. We can start with Ray or whatever. We're gonna go through and go all the way around this. And if anybody laughs, then whoever's joke it was is gonna get a point. If you get both people to laugh, they both get a point. But you can't just.
What if you tell the joke and laugh?
Huh?
What if you tell the joke and laugh? Like I'm looking at mine right now, wanting to laugh. So
I don't know if you do you get a negative point? I mean, listen, this is our game show. This is our podcast.
We set the rules.
We can do it however we want. I think we'll change it as we go because we're going to make the rules to where it makes it fun for us. But I don't know that you can laugh too much telling your own joke. I mean, I went with just dumb jokes to see what happens with this. So
mine are good.
I'm already like my problem's gonna be just looking at Ray's face. He had to sit up there and hug his little heart pillow. I'm gonna be laughing. Yeah.
All right, so I'll go first. So
you gotta black that dog out in the background because if that dog looks up, I'm gonna start laughing no matter what. He been out cold for 30 minutes. That dog's even like, dang, this podcast is boring.
I know Molly, like at 7:44, Molly's like, Ellie looks so comfortable.
Yeah, I saw that.
Out cold.
All right, y'all ready?
All right, so are we doing smiles or laughs?
I think it's got to be a laugh. I mean,
it's got to be a legit laugh, and we got to be honest about what we're doing, right?
Here's the reality: is I'm the judge of this, so
okay, all right.
Brandon already lost.
I didn't lose anything.
I'm gonna run this like the elections.
All right, so we ready? Y'all ready for the first one?
No, I'm not.
It's going to take us 10 days to go.
We should have started this 90 minutes ago.
All right, so let's go back and talk about politics and get everybody pissed off.
Let's all be serious. We're going to know when we have people all over this. Here we go. All right.
Okay. All right, we ready?
I'm ready.
All right. How do you
wait. I'm not ready. Hold on.
I should have made 3 drinks.
Okay.
Give me
All
a
right,
big
let's go.
64 ounce.
All right, y'all
All right.
ready?
Yeah.
How do you spot a blind man on a beach? It's not hard.
All right.
Who was making the noise? Like I heard, like
Irish isn't laughing. He don't get it.
No. You can't count that against me. You can't count that against me.
if you're sitting there going, like all I heard was.
You can't count that against me.
Oh, I can count that against you.
No. Are you
I'm like,
kidding me?
that's not even funny. And then I'm like, oh, I get it now. Like, that's actually funny.
You can't,
Is that right on my face?
Hey, no. Wait a minute. I didn't get counted for a point there, did I?
Yeah, you got counted for a point. You laughed.
I didn't. No.
Laughed.
I was,
Your is what made me laugh. Man, I don't even want to
I
follow
have
that.
I have to give him that though.
Yeah, you laughed. All right, divers, here we go.
all right, it's my turn.
Yep.
All right.
I'm laughing before I even start.
All right. My wife was addicted to the hokey pokey. It was a tough couple years, but she turned herself around.
It's pretty good.
That was a good one.
It's not really funny.
Okay. All right.
All right, so listen, guys. This week, you guys know I've been busy, but I went online and I ordered a chicken and an egg. I'll let you know which one's first. Oh, I told the joke wrong anyway.
That's the funny part.
Yeah, no, that sucked. Bad jokes. All right, Ray.
My turn again.
Great. Ray makes laugh.
So Molly walked in the house the other day complaining about how bitchy and aggravating the cashier was at Target. So I looked at her and I said, "You did self-checkout again, didn't you?" I hope she's not on. I mean, that's just a joke. I promise. I swear that
What is funny? Why the hell?
It's just funny because Molly might be watching.
it is. I'll be back in the hospital tomorrow.
Oh, all right.
How many points did I get for that one?
2. You're winning. You're up 4-0.
Yeah.
To nothing. You might get an extra point because Divers is actually crying.
He was trying to hold it in so hard.
Oh, I really did. Hang on
Yeah,
just
my
a second.
jokes aren't going to go over. I'm going to have Amanda write my jokes.
You would come with a chicken joke, though.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I told it wrong. All right, Divers.
Did you guys know the inventor of the throat lozenges passed away today? It was a no coffin funeral.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
You guys want to hear a joke about paper? Never mind. It's terrible. Man, that's the ladies' joke. Man, I tell you what, screw man. I'm having my 8-year-old daughter write this for me. I can't. She told me that in the hot tub, and I about pissed myself.
Oh,
Oh, right.
Kidding me?
That's a good joke. I should have saved that for the end. Oh my God. Well, congratulations, Delaney. I think you're rolling well.
oh.
All right, Ray.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Why did the sperm cross the road? Because I put the wrong sock on this morning. Come on.
I'm not laughing at that one. Made it through that one. I'm like sweating from laughing.
Bye.
All right. Actors.
All right. What do you call a grandma that you're dating? Old Bay. Dang.
I don't think I even get
And you were bragging about it, like y'all better have some good jokes.
Yeah, he was on this. He's like, I
He was
got
like-
this.
Old Bay? You tell me
I know.
you don't get Old Bay?
Yeah,
No, I
Old
don't
Bay
get Old
seasoning.
Bay.
Old Bay seasoning. Well, he's from the Midwest. I don't think they do seafood out there.
Yeah, we got Lowry's out here. I don't know.
You ain't got the internet. You've really never had Old Bay season.
No, I don't know.
All
right, so back
we're
to
gonna
the-
change your world next time you're on the East Coast.
All right, so here we go. Either of you guys tell me what Forrest Gump's email password is? One Forrest one. Nothing. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, that sucks.
Y'all ready?
Oh yeah.
I had-
your damn darn voice.
Mark it.
You can write me down for a swear jar.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
I have an EpiPen my friend gave me when he was dying. It seemed pretty important that he give it to me.
Yeah, I knew that. I don't know. I was laughing before it even started. I was like, I know this joke is going to like he needed to use it. Dang it. Yeah, it was in my mind already. Look at Diver staying. I'm just going to say penis for my joke, and Diver's going to lose it. All right, Brandon.
Why don't they play poker in the jungle? Too many cheetahs.
Anybody know why the bicycle couldn't stand up by itself?
I passed on this one today.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It was too tired. Sucks.
I passed on that one.
The good news is we'll find out where the humor's at doing this.
Yeah.
Some of these aren't funny. I've only got one left after this, so this is the last one, right?
Yeah, this is the last one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm embarrassed with 3 of mine. I'm going home. I'm going to sit down with my daughter and be like, baby, I know that you got school tomorrow and it's 8 o'clock, but you're going to write daddy some jokes for next week. I will not lose again.
All right, here we go. What's the difference between a pickpocket and a peeping Tom? One snatches your watch and one watches your snatch. Oh, shoot. Oh, God, man, that hurt.
Oh, my God. Yeah, we should just end this.
Oh.
I can't follow that. Are you kidding me?
Oh, here's the deal. Listen, from now on, you lose the
Great
point.
idea, Andy.
I'm with you on that.
You
I
lose a
couldn't-
point from now on. When we do this next week, you lose a point when you laugh in your delivery because I didn't even hear the rest of it, but I was already going.
You can't laugh at your own delivery. That,
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, that's a good joke.
it was a
but,
great joke. That's
hey,
why.
if my daughter tells me that joke for next week, we're going to have a conversation. Oh,
Oh.
that was good.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to end with a crappy joke. I need to pull up like super bad dad jokes real quick.
I've got a couple more I can give you. You want me to? You want me to?
Yeah,
send one
you're
in?
gonna have to do one to end it as our grand champion. We're gonna trade 6 a week just in case.
So what's the point total right now?
Ray has 6, I have 2, and you have 0.
Great, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the last go round then?
Yeah.
All right.
You can't read all the jokes right now. I mean,
I'm
I'm thinking I should have gone to bed by the time you
all right. Okay. I mean,
He had us at snatch.
okay.
I mean, like, we might as well just stop. Like, let's just end it. We can't top because I
No,
never.
you gotta finish it. You gotta finish it. You gotta finish
Yeah, and you get the last joke because my last joke sucks too.
What kind of hair do they sell at IHOP?
Kind of what?
What kind of hair do they sell at IHOP? Extensions.
Nope. I didn't know they sold hair at IHOP. Well, that makes me feel better about how bad my last joke.
There's supposed to be dad jokes, and you come out with a snatch joke.
Nobody said dad jokes. Nobody said dad jokes. You thought that the snatch joke was bad. I got two more that'll blow your mind.
I got a whole different strategy next week.
Oh yeah. Next week it's on. Next week I'm just gonna write down my swear jar stuff before we get started. On this.
Now I know. Now I know how we're gonna roll.
First 15 minutes next week. All right. We should have done one of these with Kyle on here. We had a celebrity guest. I think he would have probably cracked up on the snatch joke. I ain't gonna lie about that. Oh my gosh. All right. So my final horrible joke of the night. So I bought myself a pencil that has 2 erasers.
I laughed because he laughed. He ain't got the damn punchline out yet. There's another swear word.
It's because he went, okay.
Hey, I got my laughs. That's all that mattered. That's all that mattered.
Well, finish the joke at least. I mean, it's supposed to be your terrible joke.
I said it's pointless.
I didn't hear the point.
I said I bought a pencil with 2 erasers. It's pointless. All the joke is.
All right. Well, now that I know how we're going to play this game, now I know how to do it.
Yeah, you got stomped on this one.
Yeah, no
I've
kidding.
got two. I've got two. I'm gonna say.
All right, let's end this show with these.
With what?
Your last 2 jokes.
Nah, I'm saving them for next week. I mean, they are money.
You got to read Molly's.
What Molly's? Yeah.
Who's running the show today? Is Divers running the show?
I did.
No, Ray's running it.
So Molly says, "Why didn't the lifeguard save the hippie? He was too far out, man.
Too far.
Too far, man.
Too far, man.
Should have been too far out, man."
No points for Molly.
No points for Molly.
Sorry, Molly. You get nothing.
Hey, Molly.
All right, I got one for you. Here's my throwaway joke. What's the difference between in-laws and outlaws? Outlaws are wanted.
It's not funny. It's when you laugh, it makes me laugh.
I know that's the
problem.
point of it. You gotta sit here and be like,
I'm literally going to close my eyes moving forward. I think that's what I have to do.
Is that going to help you out?
Ray has that delivery with his laughter. That's just.
I know. He's like Ron White.
Hey, it just goes to say that the delivery proves whether the jokes are funny or not. So.
Yep.
True story.
All right, boys. Let's wrap this up.
All right, guys. We appreciate everybody joining in, having fun with us tonight. Thank you for Kyle joining us, and we look forward to the year that we're going to have with him and Mike Harmon Racing and some other stuff that's going to be coming down the pipe shortly. So we're excited about all that. So, guys, we'll see you next week, same time. Have a good one.
See you, everybody.
Channel.